Hello everybody, welcome to your June 2018 general reading for your sign. This will cover your sun, moon or rising sign, so I recommend you have a look at your other aspects that make up your astrological chart. But I'm Lorien, I'm a witch, tarot reader, astrologer, psychic, whatever else you want to call me basically, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to these readings. If you do want a private reading with me, just click on the description box below, it'll take you to my website. I do Skype sessions as well if you want a one-to-one with myself. I don't mind staying up past my bedtime, I've done it before and I could do it again because I know some of you are in different time zones to me, so it doesn't worry. Also, if you do want a developmental edit on your book or novel, contact me. If you want a spell, contact me. Anything you need, just click on the link below. It's got all my details there and I'll be very happy to help you. But in the meantime, I really hope that you let me know in the comments below how things go for you. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I really appreciate every single one of you. So without further ado, let's get on to your reading. Hello Virgo, thank you for joining me for your June reading. This will be for your sun, moon or rising sign. And as I said at the beginning, it is a general reading. Just doing some Palo Santo just to cleanse the area a little bit so we can get some fresh energy in. Okie doke. So we're going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake, which gives a great deal of understanding and of influence coming through and things like that. It's very bright. The sun is now setting directly opposite to my window. Because it's summertime, it comes right around, so it's going to be like this for a few more months, thankfully and hopefully, because I love the sun, I love its rays. But let's have a look and see what comes up for Virgo in the month of June. Oh, are you okay? I think that you might want to come out for Virgo. So you've got the Three of Swords and you also have the King of Swords. I'll just put these there. Alright, you have the Two of Wands and the Eight of Wands. You have the Five of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant, and you also have the Page of Pentacles at the bottom. And these are a little bit messy, so I'm just going to shuffle these around so you can hopefully see them a little bit better. Okay. Okay, so alright, I'm just going to come up with basically what they were saying to me just now. And it may apply to some of you, now, or it may apply later on this month in June. But you're sick of people wasting your time, basically. You are sick of people coming forwards and being sort of seeming genuine and then just letting you down, or promising you something and then don't follow through with the promise. And I think that that energy is affecting your state of mind and your patience. Obviously it's going to test your patience because you're kind of wanting that connection, or you're wanting what they're promising, and they're just backing out of it, or ghosting you, or completely disappearing. And that, I think, is something that you are kind of focused on, maybe in June or something like that, but for a little time at least, I think that you are focused on the disappointments and kind of how this has made you feel. So obviously there's a thing where you're not very happy about it and you don't feel like there's anything that you can do to change it, but it's not really your responsibility. That's what I want to say. It's not really your responsibility to change it. It's on them. If they're disappointing you, it's on them, because they are the ones who have taken it upon themselves to be very lackadaisical, or to manipulate, or something like that. That's their personality. So it's nothing really to do with you. What I will say though is that you may have a third energy involved in a relationship coming through here, and I feel like this is sort of the elephant in the room, something that you maybe try and talk about but it doesn't really come through, If it's not to do with a relationship, I think that there's something still that you're kind of trying to focus on or avoid focusing on, but it's still an elephant in the room. There needs to be some searching, some soul searching maybe around this month as well. But I do feel like there's an essence of maybe separation, or you're keeping all your feelings locked inside a little bit, I think, this month, and it may need to just come out. If you're feeling unsatisfied with something or dissatisfied, you just need to come out and say it. If you're not really liking what you're seeing, you just need to come out and say it. And I think the fear of having disappointment, or the fear of the loss or bereavement, this seems to come through a lot in these two cards: bereavement and grief. If you're worried about something, or something has, in your relationship or your family or your situation at work, things like that, if something has been taken from you, this, I think, is now something that's saying, look, yes, it may be a little bit like, oh gosh, things are going wrong, but you've still got something to be grateful for. You've still got something to be celebratory about. I think the loss is not as big or cataclysmic as maybe you think. Something that's missing, I think, needs to come back. That's what it feels like to me. Or balance needs to come back. Something that you may feel is lacking in your life. You still have other things working, great, but it feels still like there's something that you need to achieve here. You also have the King of Swords. This could be a Gemini, a Aquarius, or a Libra, and I feel that he comes in with a sense of authoritarian kind of vibes. I think also he is very disciplined, could be intellectual, but also a bit controlling. So it could be in your work environment, or even your relationship or family, somebody who comes through with a sense of, I know what's right here, and they're not going to be thinking before they speak. Sometimes it can be very direct, and it can be very hurtful the way they speak, and I don't think that you should give them excuses all the time, because that just allows them to get away with it and doesn't see how it affects other people around them. Just his way, or just their way, or just her way, that's not going to really work on building something or helping the relationship. And I think this is where the inspiration comes from here, from the Two of Pentacles, because this is about adaptability. So you don't have to adapt to this person's way. They maybe have to adapt to yours, because I honestly don't feel like there's a reason, or a legitimate reason, for them to be trying to come through here and trying to be that kind of authoritarian person. This is sometimes somebody who's in law, who's a legal representative, like a policeman or a lawyer, or somebody who's in charge, basically. And they probably think that the rules are the rules for a reason. It could even be a boss at work who's overbearing, or being very clipped and taking the mickey out of something. But what I honestly feel is that there's a great deal of comeuppance for that person. Like if they're withholding something, or if they're trying to take back something, if they are manipulative or something like that for you, I don't think that you're going to have to suffer that for much longer. I honestly don't. It feels a lot like there's I feel like there's something that's coming up with a sense of unyielding praise, and that's what you're maybe looking for, but it doesn't really feel like it's there yet. You should be able to praise yourself this month. You should be able to praise yourself. The Two of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles coming through is about progress and discovery to get to the happy ever after, the settlement, the establishment, the career recognition, the new life that you're looking for. Because obviously the Two of Wands is holding the earth in the hands, so maybe you're wondering where you're supposed to be in this world, or what you want to do in this world. You're thinking about your next steps. Now this little lizard down here, it could represent just a fire, but I think also it represents maybe somewhere warm. But I do also think that there's an essence of joy coming through here. You want to be, maybe you want to go away, maybe you want to venture out, maybe you want to experience what life has to offer, but you're worried about leaving your family behind. Maybe there's something like that. Maybe you want to, grow and go somewhere else, but you're constantly worried about what they would do without you, because they're established in your life. I would say continue that venture, continue thinking about it, but also don't delay action, because otherwise it'll be decided for you and you won't get a choice. And I would much rather you had a choice. Day of Wands shows actually that you do have a sense of movement, travel, change, very much coming up here actually. But it also says that you may be unexpected change. It may literally like sweep you away. And I feel like this is something that you come forward and like, oh, like a very surprised, stunned almost thing. And you don't know how to kind of pick up the pieces in a way, but it sweeps you along. It's very fast. The Hierophant says, just understand that this is in the order of things. This is in a group identification. This is something that you're just going to have to understand lies within you. And I feel that you're going to be peaceful, even though it's chaos on the outside. If you're peaceful on the inside, I think you'll do well. I honestly think that you're going to go forwards in a very strong manner. And then you have the Page of Pentacles again, the map, the toss of the coin. Where am I going next? It's kind of like, I'm just going to be free-spirited. Am I just going to see where the road takes me, or am I going to plan this? Either way, I do see that you're wanting change, and maybe this is a long-term change that you're looking to do now. Maybe it's not just a temporary thing. It's something that is going to be a rebirth for the longer term. Either way, I hope that you let me know in the comments below as to what you're planning and to whether this reading comes through for you. And I do honestly feel that you are going to progress, but let me know in the comments below. Again, if you want a private reading with me, the link is in the description box, as well as the way to buy me a coffee as a donation. But I do wish you all the very best. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to reading for you all soon.